Morning, Tamimi. Good to see you here. I'm exhausted today. Not feeling energetic at all. Feel like I could go and have a nap, but we do it all again. Morning, Steve. Let's see what the world has in store for us today, what the markets are going to deliver for us, if anything. Right, let's take a look. Genetic tech. I've obviously traded this before. I've not even mapped out my pre-market levels at all or anything. I've not really looked at the charts yet, so I'm a little bit late to the party. I'm really tired and stuff. Hey, Mike. So I might just trade in the small account today and just give the main account a miss. Trade smaller. If something sets up. Let's see. Need to find something to set up first, don't we? Gene therapy, Russell biotechnology, these are all early morning gappers. Reshape life science, all underneath the VWAP at the minute. JWN, our good old friend Ryan Cohen is taking an interest in these guys before he pulls the rug on them, buys a big share size and then pulls the rug. Yeah, so let's have a look at the SPY. Bit of a sell-off here. So we've got the payrolls data came out, so that's why that's selling off right now. I see Gene is look at that. That is just vomiting. What's just happened there? That's probably an offering. Let's have a quick look. That looks like it's got to be an offering. Yeah, there you go. So Gene Technologies announces a 5 million registered direct offering. It only happens like that. You know when there's an offering been announced. It vomits like that. So that's Gene Technologies, 5 million direct offering just been registered within the last minute. So you hear it here first, kids. But let's have a look at the SPY. So this is the payrolls data. Had a good bullish. Let's just zoom in so we can actually see a few of these things a bit better. Good bullish day yesterday, and then it sold off into the close. We finished actually fairly high. Still, this sell. It was a very choppy day across the markets yesterday, but it's looking a little bit like it needs a bit of time to consolidate. Because let's have a look at this on the hourly chart. You can see it's look at it on the daily even. So you can see we've had a steady growth up until from the lows of October. We had a substantial pullback last month in December. Sorry, I think we're in January. But it's made these highs. So a little bit of a pullback is healthy. Still above the 9 and the 20 EMAs on the daily, so still very bullish at the moment is the S&P 500 or the markets in general. So a pullback is not too bad. A pullback today, a daily pullback is kind of healthy. The question is, will it end up going green on the day? Because I have a funny feeling it might actually do that, regardless of these payroll numbers that are just dropping at the moment. I have a funny feeling that we might get a bit of a rally and potentially finish green, but who's to say? Oh no, the offerings can be announced at any time, Tamimi. So it's not that they have to do anything. It's they issue or they file the paperwork, and the news can come out at any time. As soon as it hits the SEC, it's public knowledge. So they can file the paperwork at any time. They can file an offering at any time to me. Pre-market, post-market, during the market, at any time at all. You tend to find that most times a company will put a direct offering out. They'll announce it usually about either 8 or 8:30. In this case, 8:30. The top or bottom of the hour, usually about between 8 and 8:30. It's occasionally it might be 7:30 or 9 a.m. But it's usually in the morning in the pre-morning session, pre-market session, that they announce the offerings. However, if it's had a particularly good day, they might work and announce an offering at the end of the day. You don't often see it during the day, certainly not in the opening first hour of the open or whatever. But occasionally you'll see the offerings coming out. I've never taken a course from. I've watched him on YouTube, Ian. I've watched the guy on YouTube, and he uses some of the same techniques and strategies that I use, for sure. He's really good, actually. He's more of a scalper than I am. I tend to hold my positions a bit longer. He gets in, gets out, and then gets back in again. And but I hold my positions a bit longer than he does. All right, Farron. Julie, what do I think about Amazon? If you've got 2 puts, well, Amazon's selling off today. So I'll bring up Amazon on the chart so we can actually see this. Amazon's selling off. You can see it's down on the day. If I bring up the 15-minute chart, it had a move with the market yesterday, not quite as volatile. Then it had earnings after hours. Now initially it popped up, went up as high as 117s, and then sold off hard to 106. So it's a good $10 drop. It did pop back up before this morning. It's selling, and then sell off, and then this morning it's selling off. We had kind of trying to make a bit of a bounce, but it's moving with the market rather than moving on its own back. That's what Amazon's doing. If you're talking about, options trading with Amazon, you're saying you've got puts. When the market opens, you should be in a good in a good spot. I would take personally. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So don't take it as financial advice. But my opinion is, and that's all I am, is a fat guy on the internet with an opinion. My opinion is that you should be taking some profits. You don't have to get out. If you've only got one contract, then get rid of it. You can always get back in, but take profits while it's low at the open. That's just my personal opinion. Oh, thanks for that, Julie. No, I think Ian. I think Ross is very knowledgeable of what he does, and he's a very methodical trader in what he does as well. Has his silly moment like I do, like most of us do, and has some big losses as well. And I think that's important that you recognise that. But with Ross as an educator, I just think he's extremely expensive, though. Very expensive. Well, there you go, Matt. I had a really good day yesterday in the end. Started off horrible, and it's the mentality side of things. Once you get over the psychological aspect of trading is the biggest obstacle that you're ever going to have to face if you're going to be a trader. Is how do you get over the psychological aspects? Because quite frankly, it is hard. And sometimes it can be something irrational. You might just have an argument with your partner, with your better half, or your dog might be sick, as was the case with me last month in December, and it throws you off. And the best thing you can do on those days is just not trade. If you're not feeling it, just don't trade. Right now, I personally am feeling a bit fatigued. So I'm kind of thinking, do I trade in the main account or trade small, or just do I just trade the small account? I'm kind of erring to the latter, because obviously we've still got this small account challenge. But I might not even trade at all today because I'm just feeling fatigued. You're absolutely right. 95% of traders lose money. 100% agree with you, and you'll hear me saying that every single day. I don't know about not buying a course. There's enough. You don't have to be fair, you don't have to buy a course. I didn't, and I learned on the interweb, and you've got everything that you need to learn is freely available on the internet. You can find it freely available on the internet, and of course, once you start practicing, trial and error goes a long way as well. So you can find everything if you're prepared to spend the time to do it. If you're going to do that, it's going to take you 12, 18, 24 months just to become a competent trader. Not even a profitable trader, but a competent trader. So you know what you're doing. If you want to accelerate that, get yourself a mentor. That is the biggest thing. It's not so much buying a course, but it's the mentorship that you can get from it. If you get a mentor, you get fast tracked. If I'd had a mentor, I would have been profitable a lot quicker. But no, I absolutely totally agree with you 100%. And I say this, everybody hears me say this. The majority of people, if you're just trading stocks and shares, equities, the statistic is a little over 85% of people lose money that are never profitable. They lose money long term. However, if you include other instruments like forex, options, crypto, commodity, etc., and you include all options from a day trading perspective, over 95% of people lose money and are always losing money. They are never profitable. So even I lose money. You've seen me even this week. I lost. I had a big loss on Monday. So I show that live, no problem at all. Being transparent with that, it's important that you recognize that you're going to lose money. If anybody that says they're a trader and says they're 100% trades or whatever it is, they're lying to you, because everybody loses money. It's just a case of losing less than what you're actually making, and that's all about risk management. Why do they lose? A lot of reasons why. So let's look at the instruments that you can trade. There's a number of instruments that you can trade, and if you look at forex, there's a low barrier to entry with forex. So you can literally start trading with $50. So you get a bunch of kids that have not even graduated high school, that just turned 18. They'll open a brokerage account and start trading forex, thinking it's going to make them a millionaire. Same thing with crypto. They think they're going to take one YOLO bet and they'll put 50 quid on, and do you know what? They might get lucky and they make 150 quid off the first 50 quid, and they then get hooked, and then they just lose it all. It might be in one YOLO punt, or it might be slowly bleed out over time. But the reason they lose it all is because they don't take the time to educate themselves. They don't take the time to learn how to trade. And like any high-paying profession, it is exactly that. It's well, if you have a look at that again, Gapper, the volume did change. So where I did, I took a position at the top of the minute, and the volume came in on the next candle, because it's not an instant fill. You've got to understand that you put an order in, and if you look at the time and sales as well, you're not going to. If you put a large order in, you're not going to get a large order on the time and sales. What will happen is the market makers will break it up into marketable orders, marketable sized orders. So you end up getting multiple fills. And I had 42 fills on that trade yesterday. 42 fills on one trade. So I've got huge. I get commissions. I have to charge. I get charged commissions on every fill as well. So that's a problem. Meanie mummy. Okay. So what are we looking at today? Well, I was watching Gene Technology, but Gene, not going to do that. No, just announced that offering, so that's coming off the watch list. Still up quite a bit, but quite frankly, it's going down to, well, it's lost most of its gains. It's actually selling off now, hard. Gene Technology still showing us 50% up. What did it start off with? Yeah, it is 50% up. It started off $1. It's at 150 now. So yeah, just get rid of that. H2, hello. There's not a lot moving at the moment. It's just going to be one of those days, and I'm not taking any trades right now unless it's worth taking. So let's have a look at what else is worth looking at today. Biggest mover aside, now the biggest mover on the day is Reshape Life Science, and this is below the VWAP. Had two moves up towards $28, and it's pulled all the way back, half the way back. So moved up to 28 there after hours yesterday, and then this morning it went up to 29.87. So it's been selling off since then. It's below the VWAP, so it's looking weak, but it's good, decent catalyst. On offerings, the stock usually goes down, because essentially what an offering is doing is diluting the float. So, for example, if you've got a float, let's say you've got 1 million shares in the float, you've got 1/1,000,000th of a millionth piece of that company. You take one share, each share is 1/1,000,000th piece of that company, so you're owning that. And what an offering is doing is the company saying, okay, do you know what, there's 1 million shares out there right now, we're going to put another 1 million out there right now to join it, so we're going to have 2 million shares. So what they're actually saying is that your 1,000,000th share of the company is now only worth like 1/2,000,000th of the company. So the diluting the float, and what that tends to do is it devalues the stock. People want to get out because they know it's coming, so an offering usually tanks the price, and it usually brings it down quite considerably. So I'm trading the stock market here, H2VA. Well, up is down and down is up fast. When it comes to the jobs data, it means that the market sells off. So if you've got a strong market, if you've got a strong jobs report, it means that it's not going to help them to tackle inflation. So it means that the market tends to have a negative reaction. So jobless claims, if you've got more people working and you've got better employment data and better wage and salary data, then the market tends to react in the inverse of that and sell off. If you've got more people unemployed and you've got lower wages, then the market tends to rally. So go figure. That, what you would think is good information from a human standpoint, the market sees it differently. So the jobs report was strong, and that's why the market sold off, and it sold off hard. Apple trying to make a move up. So Apple yesterday had its earnings. Down at the moment. This is Apple. You can see when it dropped the earnings, they were not strong enough, and it's funny enough. Apple basically, if you were listening to the chatter or you're listening to the conference call, they've had the worst Q4 in 4 years. So what is typically a strong period for Apple, you know, with iPhones and tablets and MacBooks and people buying stuff for Christmas, just didn't materialize this year. So it didn't have a great Q4. It sold off. There was a bounce when the conference call started, but then it was sold off again afterwards. So the outlook is decent outlook, but the results just weren't great. So Apple sold off. Google, or Alphabet as they like to be called, also had earnings last night, and just a little pop up and then sold off, and they never even looked like a bounce. So they just fizzled out. So the big three, Apple, Google, and Amazon last night, all market reacted negatively to all three of them. And you didn't get the big swings like you did with Facebook the day before. Huge swings with Facebook, but it wasn't as volatile with either of those three last night. So yeah, everything's selling today. It's a bit of a downwards market. You can see that this is the S&P 500. So this is the Spider S&P 500. And you can see what's going on here. It's just selling off. It's looking weak at the moment, but that's not to say at the bell it's not going to rally. It's done this a couple of times where it's gapped down and rallied. If we go back last month to what about the 25th, so week before last, last week in fact, go to the daily. And let's see, we gap down here. So there's a gap down here, and you can see quite a considerable gap down. So on the 24th, it went up and it closed at 398.88. And it gapped down on the 25th to 395.95. Now it did pull a little bit further before it actually rallied, and then went up to and broke 400. That's a SPY, by the way. Again, we had a small gap down and a sell-off there last week here, and then followed by a couple of rallying days this week. So it's Friday. Monday was the gap down, and then the sell-off on Monday, and then we've rallied Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So a pullback is normal. It's healthy. It's not not a big issue. But I think today's going to be a bit of a pullback day. We might turn it around. It might be a green day from the open, but it's going to gap down. The question is, will it rally and move up, or will the market rally and move up, or will it continue to sell off after the bell? So Genius Group. So Genius, let's look at this on the 5 minute. So Genius kind of sideways really. It's just over 2.5% up on the day. So Genius Group had a good day yesterday pre-market, then very choppy. If you look at this on the kind of 15-minute chart, you'll see what I'm talking about. Good day pre-market, and then it just got very choppy throughout the day yesterday, choppy sideways. Some good moments, but just very choppy sideways. So just be careful with Gini. Did have that initial catalyst was a good catalyst as well, and when it pulled back, it just then started trading in this range between kind of 660, 650, and 775 throughout the day. It's up slightly today, so when the volume comes in, maybe we'll get a bit of another move, but I don't know. It's not on my radar at this moment in time. Morning, Bravo. Orlando, today, like I say, I think we'll gap down, but we may continue to sell off. We could rally. Anybody that tells you that they know what something's going to do, what the market's going to do, they might have an idea, but they don't know for sure, quite simply. The dog needs a treat. Come on, you, wake up. It's treat time. Gotta stand up for this one. It nearly took my fingers off, you did. I think either Matt or Edison must be on the stream. 3,000 likes in 30 minutes. All right, we've got no volume at the moment, so let's have a look at some of these. MMV, no volume. That's top momentum. GoPro, no volume. Golden Sun Education, no volume. Those are the top 3 momentum stocks. I had Zyversa Therapeutics moved up yesterday, slightly. Pre-market, didn't sustain. Pretty much lost all its gains. It went up to almost $6 yesterday pre-market. It's lost all its gains. Went now down at 227. Hey Alberto, I certainly did get involved in Vino yesterday. Will got called out on the Discord, and I traded it on the small account to start off with, then moved over to the big account because I was missing. Felt like I was losing it, but yeah, it was 370% up. Vino moved. So let's have a look at Lucid for you. Lucid down on the day slightly, 1.8%, but not huge volume today. Needs a little bit of something to get it moving. Any penny stocks today? So most of these are what will, low price stocks. If you're looking at probably HSCS is top of the pops over the last few minutes. Just popped up. So this is Heart Test Labs. This had a big move last week. Went up to like 250 last week. I want to see if is this got a catalyst today. That could be of interest. Art Test Laboratories. Let's have a quick look. Is there a catalyst? Heart Sciences granted Korean patent on ECG screening using artificial intelligence. That's why this is moving up. Hey Phil. The dog's called Miyako, by the way, Alberto, if that's what you're asking. It's taking a 1,000 share position. This is a small account. See if we can make. So we're starting a small account today with just over $8,000 in equity position, 8,195. Miyako, that's exactly right. Oh, there's a Y in there after the I, but yeah. This is Heart Test Laboratories. Just got a Korean patent on ECG screening using AI. AI is the big hot topic at the moment. I think Arnold is probably getting very excited. The Terminator is about to become real. Skynet. I don't know much about this, whether there's no leverage on this at all. Flat top up there now. Number break. Let's see if can we get the $half. For the break of the $half. There we go. Add to the position. Start with 4, so we're looking for 60 now. Right, half off. Yeah, that's where I've took. It's past that though. It's up at 270s now. They've got the $0.75 level. Wick, up wick, don't like it. I'll just get out there for the rest. Oh, what was my $410 was my goal today, so we're not too far off. In the first trade, almost got to goal. So that's nice. 410 was the target today. You don't need a large account to make big money if you get the right stocks and the right trades. So let this pull back now. On this account, I started today with $8,195. So that's based on yesterday's really good day. We started on the 17th with $2,500 Farron. 17th of January, that is. So in just over 3 weeks, we've tripled the size of this this small account. No problem, Daisy. It depends. Up to 6 times. It depends on the stock. If it's less than $3, I'm not getting any leverage at all. It depends on the stock. Depending on the stock, you might be able to get leverage on it. Might be able to not. So, for example, this one, there's no. I mean, this is already hard to borrow. I need a 110% equity position. So I get no leverage on this, even if it's if it went up to $10, I get no leverage. So I'm effectively trading in a cash account with this particular stock. You wouldn't want to try to trade something like you know, unless you've got a decent size, which now I have. $8,000 is a decent sized account to start trading with. So, you know, I could take 2,000 shares of a $2.50 stock, no problem. But if I was trading this on the main account, I might have taken, you know, on that move up, I might have taken 5,000 shares, and then average, you know, when it pulled back, added to the position, 10,000 shares maybe. And all the difference between making $5,000 a day and $50 a day is sizing. The methodologies, the moves, the patterns, everything else is the same. It's just sizing. So if you're wondering why this is moving up, HSCS, I'll just put this in the chat. There you go. In case you're wondering why it's moving up, it's there in the chat for you. You look at this, normally it would trade about 1.4 million shares daily, and today it's already traded 2.7. So relatively speaking, it's more than a 2x relative volume pre-market. We've got little under 18 minutes left before the open, but relatively speaking, it's a little better than 2x relative volume at the moment, and increasing. And it's a 6.8 million share float. Not much short interest either, so. A little over 2x relative volume. Now, if it makes another move up, you've got a nice little, the starts of a nice little move up here for a W pattern. So you'll maybe look for a breakout at 265. Possible. Let's put this on one of these charts here, so I try not to make predictions bag die. Yes, I once it got over $5, absolutely, Rockling. So what typical float size am I looking for? I look for low float stocks, so less than 100 million, ideally less than 10 million. But less than 100 million is what I like to share, because you get the volatility with those lower float stocks. But if it's less than 10 million, even more so. Hey, Tester. Well, Reshape Life Science made a move up, but it's not held, it's not sustained. Put this on the 5 minute, we can see. You can see that this is. Oh goodness, I've traded this before now. This made a move up. When did I trade this last? That would have been. I'll have to double check. Might have been earlier this month. When did this move up? Yeah, I don't think so. Probably last year. But anyway, this made its move up after hours last night. It pulled back down to the VWAP. It did make another move up this morning, first thing, and then it's sold off, and it's below the VWAP right now. So you really want to be watching and be mindful of that. It's every time it's tapping the VWAP at the moment, it's fading. So probably just watch this for a potential fade. Yeah, afternoon. I can check Kavana for you. Yeah, I'll do that now. Kavana, down on the day. Like 7% down on the day. Not looking that strong. Look at it on the 5 minute. Ranging sideways since yesterday. Not really doing a lot since the close. Kind of sideways, choppy since the close yesterday. So not really doing much. Keep an eye on it. It's extremely highly shorted. Huge short interest. So there is potential for a short squeeze to happen if there's enough interest. If there's enough bullish buying sentiment, maybe a catalyst with Kavana, then it could trigger some short positions to cover. And if it triggers some short positions to cover, you might get that squeeze effect. But it needs something to happen, and there's nothing happening at the moment. So that's Kavana. Which broker? Capital Markets Elite Group is the broker that I use. The minimum that I think they have a $350. I think an opening is 500 is the minimum. They have a minimum 350 account balance. So if your account's less than 350, they will just effectively suspend your account. So you need at least $500 to trade. I would recommend at least $2,000. It is Dash Trader. It is Dash Trader. It's the OEM version of Dash Trader that Capital Markets provides. So they white label it and put their own label on. So Capital Markets call it Traders Elite, but it's just Dash Trader under any other name. They offer up to on a regular account, on an active account, they will give you up to 6 times leverage. And there's no PDT rule. That's one of the big advantages with capital markets, is there's no PDT rule. Now, there's no PDT rule where I am with Interactive either. And you can trade with Dash Trader with Interactive as well. And Interactive, I've got most of my money sitting with Interactive in multiple accounts there, but I've got my long-term positions with Interactive. But with Dash Trader, there's no PDT rule. So, sorry, not with Dash. With CMake, there's no PDT rule. So that's one of the advantages of that. go back to. Okay, so this popped up back below the VWAP. So that we might have just got that move and got out. So we got in just before the second pullback actually. First pullback was there, second pullback, third pullback very often fails. You always wait for a pullback. You never just jump in. You wait for a pullback. Now, if you've had the pullback, it's okay to try to look for an entry point, like I did there. So with this one, you have the first pullback, and then it moves up. You get the new highs. Then I'm looking for the next pullback. I don't necessarily need a candle, a new candle, but I got the pullback. And then it made it a new move up. So as it made new highs, that's when I got in. So it did pull back again before making new highs again. But you wait for a pullback. Like I say, you don't have to necessarily wait for a new candle on a highly volatile stock, a fast-moving stock. But you do want to wait for that pullback and a confirmation, and then to move on and break new highs. That's my methodology anyway. That's one of the strategies that I use. It's momentum trading. You're buying high and selling higher. Essentially, you're looking for stocks that are exhibiting a strong momentum move, and then you take advantage of that move. Well, I look at the level 2. I look at the volume on the on that particular candle that's coming through, and of course I check the tape. So if you're looking for, what you want to be doing is you're checking the tape. The color of the tape it's not so much what's going through on the tape; it's the color of the tape that you're checking. So if you get a lot of green, it shows that there's a lot of buying action going through, and that's usually a good sign as you're breaking new highs. A lot of buying action. There's not a lot of people trying to sell. So you're looking at the tape. You keep one eye on the tape. You keep one eye on the level 2 for any walls that you're potentially looking to overcome as well. But you keep one eye on the tape, and you're looking for the color of the tape to be green for breaking those new highs. And that's when so I hope that makes sense to me. Yeah, I got the second pullback as well. So the first pullback was here, and you got the little flag formation. That was the first pullback, and you got the second pullback here. So I got the second pullback. That's unfortunate, Daisy, but unfortunately, that's a common. It is a common theme. It's a common occurrence. He pretty much did the same thing. Not so much. I was in before that. The year before, I lost quite a bit of money. When I started, I blew up my account 3 times before I actually started just kind of trading more. And this is what's going to happen if you're getting into trading. This is what's going to happen. To guarantee you, you're going to learn a little bit, but not enough to be profitable, and you'll have a couple of wins. You think you've cracked it, and then you'll blow up your account. You'll make a little bit of profit, you'll get hooked, and then you'll blow up your account. You think, okay, you'll do it on one move. Usually you'll do it on one move. You get greedy, and it goes against you, and you'll blow up the account. So you think, okay, I've learned a lesson. It was an expensive lesson. You refuel the account, or you open a new account, or whatever you do, you start from scratch again, and you think, okay, I've learned my lesson. What I'm going to do is I'll just not trade as big size. I'll limit how much of my equity I can put in a single trade, and you put little rules in place that you don't abide by. And again, same thing will happen. You'll get profitable. You have a few profitable days, and then you blow up that account as well by getting greedy. The emotional element is what will happen, and you're guaranteed to blow up your account at least once, more than likely twice or even more, before you actually start getting profitable. You need to be, once you realize what you're doing wrong, then you start treading water. You know you're making losses, you're having red days, and it seems like you're not getting anywhere. You're having as many red days as you're having green days. Sometimes they're big, sometimes your green days are big. You might feel like you get lucky on a trade, on a parabolic mover, which gives you a bit of a lifeline, and then you give all that back to the market, and you're back where you started. It seems like you're taking 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. So you blow up your account a couple of times, then you start treading water, and then after lots of practice and lots of trial and error and educating yourself a little bit more, you'll turn that corner. It'll just click. The muscle memory will be there. You'll get discipline will start to kick into place. You'll get your head around risk management, and then you'll start to realize that, okay, I don't want to be risking more than X amount of my equity position on a single day, on a single trade, or whatever the situation is. And you'll start growing your account incrementally. And this is one of the things I'm trying to show with this small account, is by, in some cases, not trading at all on a particular day, but just being very selective on your trades, looking for modest gains instead of going YOLO with every trade and every punt. You're looking for a 5% gain per day, and then just call it quits. Once you've got to 5%, finish trading that particular ticker and then call it quits. Once you've got to 5% and you grow you'll be surprised how quickly you grow that account. Just take it very slow over a period of about 3 to 6 months, and we find out how big that account grows just by taking 2.5 to 5% of your equity position each day as your target. Now, you're going to have red days as well. So when you've got a red day, it's going to set you back, and your next day is going to be a smaller target. So just bear that in mind, is that it's not a get rich quick scheme. I'm not holding it. I'm out for frantic. Yeah, but 1% is sufficient. Yeah, absolutely. If you're growing your account slowly, 1% is enough. Exactly, no. That's exactly it. You start off. Once you turn that corner, you realise that not every trade is going to be a YOLO play. Not every trade is going to be a home run. So you've got to get your base hits. If you've got a $200 target, you don't look for 200 on a daily basis. For example, let's say you've got a $5K account. You start off with $5,000 in your account, which answers your question, Shinwari. I would recommend $5,000 as an account level. But if you've got a $5,000 account and you say you're looking at 5%, that means your goal each day is going to be $250. Now, you might be smaller than that. You might start with a $2,000 account and your goal is $100. So let's say you've got $100 as your daily goal to start off with. That doesn't mean that you're going to go in and try and make $100 with your first trade. You've got base hits. Of course, you've got to factor in, you've got to cover whatever cost of trading is. So if there's commissions and charges associated with that. So for example, per fill, not per ticket, I'm getting charged $2.90 per fill. So I've got to factor that into account. If I'm going in with a reasonable size, the likelihood is it's going to take more than one fill. So one fill, let's just assume it's one fill, and I'm in for $3 and I'm out for $3. That means it's going to cost me $6 in commissions, plus any charges from ECN, FINRA, which are pennies on the share anyway. But let's just commissions as a whole. It means I've got to cover that $6 per in and out or round trip. So I need to make $10 at least just to make it worthwhile to have taken the position. So really, I might be looking for $20 on that move. So then I start thinking, okay, well, what do I need to make per trade? If I take 100 shares of something, how much does it have to move for me to make $20? Well, it has to make a 20-cent move for me to make $20 if I've taken 100 shares. And you keep doing it that way. one trade at a time. If you make $20 and then you take five entries, it might be the same stock, it might be multiple stocks. You 5 entries and you make $20 per entry, you made your $100, you quit, you've got green, you stay green, you get to gold, you get out. For your first day of trading, you might take one trade and it moves 20 cents, so you made your you've made your full target in one go. Once you get to gold, to start off with, get used to locking in the profits, get used to locking in the gains. That's a big thing. And don't just take 1 or 2 trades a day, 1 or 2 profitable trades a day, and then walk away. Or if you want to carry on trading, just switch over to paper trading. Don't be trading all day long in your main account, because if you get green, you're going to give it back. Over trading is a very real thing. Trust me on this. We're coming up to the bell here. I'm going to switch the scanners over. There is the opening bell. Yeah, well, we're looking for the break of $3, $2.90. Current high was just under $2.90. No, actually, it was growing steadily at IMHO. It was growing steadily up until yesterday, and then I had a massive trade. I did over $3,000 yesterday with Vino. As I was growing it, I was able to take steadily larger and larger size, and then I went to big size yesterday with good leverage, and that's how I was able to do it. It was a really good trade yesterday. Apple moving up, JWN it shot down, and then so that's Bowen has taken a big position with JWN. Vino was a lovely run up yesterday, absolutely, and I traded that on the small account, and as a result managed to get 65% growth on my account. I'm looking for 5% daily growth. I grew it 65% on that one trade yesterday. Kyle, JWN's not doing anything at the moment. It's more downwards than anything else. It was kind of choppy sideways coming into the open. But this is Nordstrom. In case you're wondering why we're looking at Nordstrom today and why it's got higher volume today, the retail crowd's got a lot of interest in Nordstrom simply because Ryan Cohen's taken a big interest in this. So Ryan Cohen of GameStop, of Bed Bath & Beyond, he's an activist investor, and he's taken a large interest in Nordstrom. So of course, the retail crowds tend to follow Ryan Cohen around. He's a bit of a darling with the Reddit community, I believe. And that's why this has got a lot of chatter at the moment. But if it breaks above kind of 27.50, could be of interest. That's a key level pre-market. Then we're looking at 29.90 is the yesterday's high after session. HSCS, there's still time. We got locked there at 280. Pre-market high is 287, so we're looking for 290 on Heart Test Labs. Well, if you got in at $2 and it would have been a good entry, break of $2 on this first pullback, and then get out at 260. That's a good trade. Lucy, is that moving again? It moved up well yesterday. Yes, it is. Moved up very well at the bell yesterday, but didn't sustain. No, if you can afford it, blue chips. Simple. If you can, most people with a large account will trade blue chips. I don't, but that's just my choice. If we can break $3 here, might be worth another test of this. I got in for the break of the whole dollar. I'm looking for 310, ideally higher, but let's stop at the $0.75 level. $3.25. High of day now is $3.17. So a lot of people would have just taken profits up at the top, got in, got out. I'm looking for $3.25 on this. We'll keep the stop in there until it's up there at 320s. Daniel, is Vino moving again, is it? Let's have a quick look at Vino. Up there at 350s. If we got, that gets back up kind of $4, we'll be very interested. AWN selling off big time. Which stock am I looking at? I'm watching Heart Test Labs. This is what this one is. So I've got to stop at 75. I'm giving it effectively the best part of 25 cents here. Yeah, I can see that. $25 up for 25 down. There we go. Got stopped out. I should have taken the profits up at the top, but I was looking for 25 cents. Should have taken it at 10. In hindsight, the best trading, best way of trading is with hindsight. We can take a quick look at Vino. Vino didn't have a lot of volume pre-market and a little bit of a dip and rip. So this is now halted to the upside, 358, 935 resumption. We got a lot of money on this yesterday. If you look at this on the 15-minute, you can see how this moved up at the end of the day. Over the space of basically what happens, it dropped a news catalyst there yesterday with regards to an extended line of credit that they've been 44 million of credit that they've been afforded, and it just took off. Multiple halts along the way, and we were able to trade this on both accounts, pretty much all the way up, and it was a relatively easy trader as well. If you were trading it, then the likelihood is you would have made money. I mean, there were still, I dare say, there were people that got on this and chased it and lost money. They might have got in here as it pulled back and got stopped out, and then it rips and goes without them, and they try and chase it, get in again, and get pulled back and stopped out again. That's happened to me in the past, whereas it just seems like you can't time your entries right, and it always goes against you. It's the same platform to Mimi. It's the same platform. It's exactly the same. But essentially, some brokers will provide the platform as part of the account, like CMEG. Interactive brokers, you've got to use the APIs to link it to your account for Dash Trader. But it's essentially it's the same platform, Dash Trader. They call it Traders Elite with CMEG, but it's just Dash Trader. When you're getting your updates, you've got to get them from Dash Trader. So Vino currently halted at, so that will resume in a couple of seconds. Yeah, RSLS also halted to the upside. Apple going green on the day. The S&P 500, this looks like a 10-minute halt. Yeah, this is a 10-minute halt. So we'll come back to Vino shortly. So we've also got a halt here to the upside. So this is Reshape Life Science, one of the morning gappers. So this was a legitimate gap and go. It has been pulling back since underneath the VWAP for a while, so just be careful around there at $17. That's correct, Amimi. With CMEG, you still pay for it, but you don't pay separately. They withdraw your platform and data fees at the end of each month. Okay, Lucid. So Lucid's up there at 1220s. Again, looking reasonably strong. Needs to sustain the volume. Kavana, no leverage on Kavana. That's the problem with Kavana. Kavana just going green on the day. It was heavily down. It's pulling back from the kind of 1450. Just going green on the day. It's had a good couple of days. So Kavana, I mentioned, is a bit of a short squeeze target, short squeeze candidate. So just keep an eye on it for a short squeeze. Heavily shorted. Probably no news on Mullen Automotive. Oh, got another minute left on Vino. Have a look at Mullen for you. Yeah, the market's moving up, so I don't know if there's a catalyst saying Mullen's moving up, but it's up at 44s, which is not a bad price for Mullen. Beginning of the year, it went up to a similar kind of price level here, before then having a few days of selling off. So if you're in it, take profits while you can. Do not hodl with this piece of garbage. If you're in it and you're profitable, make sure you take profits along the way. Do not hodl. It's a bad strategy. So Gocho should resume. Oh, it's got another minute left, yeah. Halted again. Yeah, it has. Can I take this? No, I can't. No leverage on this one. Want to trade this? I'll have to trade it in the main account. It's or 500 shares. I suppose I could. Bit too volatile though. Let's go back to Vino. How do I know it's heavily shorted? Because I look at the fundamental data in Benzinga, it tells me it was 86% short interest on Kavana. Dennis. Oh, wow, that was a big gap up. Huge gap up. What's the spreads on this? So 5-10 cents. Let's see, halt down 335. See if we can get $4 on this one. A break of $4. This went up to $6 yesterday. Huge volatility on it. Halt level 413 to the upside. A little bit of resistance at the whole dollar, you expect that. Over the whole dollar on the ask. So let's see, can we hold and sustain? There's some big swings both ways. Does this Gaucho group yesterday? Caught between the spreads a little bit here. 85 bid, 87 ask, and we're at 86. Rejected at $4 previously. A retest of $4. Candles highs at 93. 4. I have this candle is 93. This is Gocho Group Holdings. With a ticker like Vino, I'm assuming that they are wine importers or exporters or wholesalers or something. Vintners or something. Bounce at the view up and then we're getting it. Right. Bounced at the VWAP. I've got my stop at just under the just under the VWAP right now. 20 cents. The range is the average true range on this 16 cents, so I'm just giving it a little bit more than the average true range. There's a risk. If it pulls back, it pulls back. Being very deliberately cautious today. Like I said this morning, I'm just not feeling. I'm a bit fatigued. I'm not feeling myself today. So I'd rather just trade with smaller size and just on the small account. I'm not even trading the larger. I've got the large account open, but. See this take $4. The volume's kind of died off from that candle where we got in. That was where the volume in, and that was the confirmation I needed, was the increasing volume, but it's just died off since. So this pullback is on much lower volume. Where was I yesterday? I was here, Ryan. Where am I normally? Where did you expect me to be? RSLS is now halted at 21.45. Apple is moving up. Lucid moving up. Apple is moving up. I've got an itchy back. I think it might be this sweater. I think you probably are there. If you had any to start off with, Ryan, maybe. I mean, 86. That's up to 76. 77, there we go. Put that there. I'm risking $100. Halt level 419. Spreads are at 10 cents now. Oh, as wide as 10 cents. I see this back over $4, but holding. Threw a wick up there, but didn't sustain. So we're going to get the breakout. Right. Stop at break even. Stop at break even. Let's see. Are we going to go on up? Free trade. Get 410 on this. I'll be good to go. Made 40 bucks on that one. It was a long wait for nothing, basically. 40 bucks for that pullback. Now, RSLS. Gap down this time, sold off. Into a volatility halt to the downside. My goodness, so Gene is now moving to the upside after its Ryan, yes it did, and that's what with Vino yesterday I was trading the small account and I switched over to the large account because I felt like I was missing out. But today, like I said, I'm just feeling fatigued, so I'm not really feeling myself. So rather than trying to trade small in a large account, I just felt, okay, I'd rather just trade in the small account where I'm forced to trade small and just have a day of small trading. And I think, well, let me know in the chat, is you know, having a Friday small account trading day, is it something that I should continue doing, just trading small on a Friday? I'm already over goal on the week based on yesterday and Tuesday, so there's no problem as far as I'm concerned. We're ahead of goal on the month, we're ahead of goal on the year, we're ahead of goal on there's no problem with taking a day off on the main account just to trade the small account. I'm not going to be taking loads of trades. I'm $130 up. I've got a goal of $270 today on the small account. So, you know, eventually there, Mohammed, yes it will. Today, I'm not so sure. Havana pulling back a little bit. Google spiking up. So Google breaking highs. JWN had a lot of hype, even all over Bloomberg, but it just doesn't seem to have held its nerve. So, thanks, Daniel. Or Danielle. Daniel. Well, it's look. I've got to set myself goals across the year, and based on an average, I needed to be making an average per month of 120,000. I'm already smashed that last month, so I can afford to take a couple of easy days. And again, it's like what I've already done on the small account is on days where you're not feeling it, or days that you can't spot it, just sit on your hands. If mental health is a big issue with trading, it absolutely is. And if your mental health's suffering for whatever reason, it is a stressful occupation. It's not easy. Anybody that says it's easy, they're trying to sell you something. Anybody that says that it's a get-rich-quick scheme, or you can make millions in 12 months is trying to sell you something. It's not easy. It's a very difficult profession. It's very stressful. You put the stress on yourself. There are times when you lose a small amount, and it's illogical as well, because you lose a small amount and it can cause more stress than if you lose, very close to blowing up your account. Trading and it's a lonely profession as well, which is why I started this stream in the first place. Base hits, absolutely, Voss. Just base hits. Don't swing for the fences every single trade. Just base hits. Look at that. So we were just trading Vino, and it's now we got it up here. We made 40 bucks. We were looking for the break of $4 and with a hold of $4 and a continuation. We didn't get it, but in hindsight, you've got a bit of a M pattern there anyway from the move up, and it's halted to the downside. So RSLS halted to the downside resumption, filled the gap already. The wick now pulling back again past that gap. So we've got volatility. But again, look, if you're not feeling it, you might miss some moves. So what? There's going to be another trading day on Monday. There's going to be another stock moving in an hour. There's going to be more trades to have bid for power hour later. If you're not feeling it, step away. Step away from the desk. Go to the gym. Go and see a movie. Do whatever it is that's going to help you adjust mentally to whatever it is that you're not feeling. Yeah, trading is like Test cricket. It's not one-day match. You're not trying to swing for the fences every time. So it's more like cricket than it is. You're not trying to score a goal on every pass. Well, unfortunately, if you're out of cash, you just got to sit and wait. And sometimes. Excuse me. The forced breaks that the market can do, particularly with the cash account, the forced breaks that you have can do you well. You might get FOMO if something's moving well, but very often a forced break makes you hone in and be more concentrated on the trades that you do take, because you don't want to waste them. Good morning, Thomas. I don't know about that. I've only made 130 bucks today, but it's like I say, 130 bucks on the small account is halfway to go, so we just got to wait for the next one. Yes, I know. This went up to kind of $4. 50 earlier. Not on great volume. It didn't go up on great volume though. That's the problem. So Personalis. So this morning had a big, and I missed it. But I don't know why I missed this. I don't know how I missed it. Why am I not seeing it? S&L. Yeah, there you go. It's not great volume. That's why. That's why I've missed it. It's not. Kind of ignored it because it's not on the great volume. Relatively speaking, it's 2x, nearly 3x, 2.5 times relative volume. It's now at the level I would normally look at, kind of 14-15% up on the day. Big Bear AI trying to make a move. He's making a move. Got an increase in volume too. Is there, we just had a news drop, or is this just continued sector volatility? The AI sector's big news at the moment. No, it's not really. There's no additional catalyst I can see. It's half relative volume. Big Bear AI. Ouch. It's hard to borrow. So up here, no shorting. Vino gap down. The Big Bear AI. How are we going to fill the gap? Oh, we've already filled it. So yeah, 373. $360. Above the VWAP could be interesting. Let's see. Get back above 375. Bit of sustained volume. We would just not had the volume after that. The candle we got in there's huge volume candle. Almost 500,000 in that one candle. Oh. $65. Excuse me, let's get some decent music on here. I said decent. I think after this stream we'll walk the dog and take a nap. Really feeling tired today. I don't know what it is this week. I'm just been feeling fatigued. It creeps up on you. I can hear the dog snoring over there. You had your nap already? Good for you, buddy. Actually, I need to go out. I've got no wine. I need to go and get some wine for the weekend. Actually, let's go back to this one here. I've got there's no leverage on this one, so I can't even trade it. Basically, the most I could take on this small account with this stock is 500. Well, yeah, not even 500 shares, 400 shares. I'll just watch it play out. I'm getting, I'm trying not to succumb to FOMO and switch to the main account so I can trade it, but it's difficult. And again, just trying to be disciplined in its own self is difficult sometimes. JWN, lovely double bottom here. This move down, W pattern. Entry here would have been nice, about $0.75. And then you've got the full move. We're just seeing this now. You get the full dip. Let's go in there. So this is going to get to over $26 pretty simply. So that was a nice double bottom pattern that if we'd seen it, we could have got in there at 25.80, and we would get 40 cents on that move. Still might be some left on that. I'll come back and have a look at that a little later. Oh, breaking C3, breaking highs. I've got leverage I can use. Lovely breakout area here. So we'll get the you got the resistance line there. As soon as it broke out, you get a huge move up. Nice breakout that. Range breakout. I can check AMC for you. AMC, it's not having a bad day. I wouldn't say it's having a great day, but it's 8% up on the day nearly. Up here at 650s. Again, this one's hard to borrow as well. Quite extended up here. But at least we've got leverage on this one that we could use if we need to. Don't mind trading AMC. I normally do well with AMC. Meme stocks back in fashion, it seems. Let's see what we can get. Can we get a new high here? Looking for 60. See if we can get 65. A little off. Why did I only get 30 cents on that? That's scandalous. Spreads must have... Ooh. I took 500 off, that's why. There we go. That's better. At 58. There we go. Got stopped out on the on that one. So I made $60 on that. Base hit means I need now for goal. I need another $80. I think AMC might go. We might get some more there. Could have actually got to go if I just scalped that and got in and got out. Didn't quite get 10 cents on it, but not far off. $0.08, I think it was, at the top. RSLS is making its move back up again. Into a halt, gapped up, looking at testing these highs. Let's see if it breaks them. So currently the high of day is 21.45. There's a halt level at 22. But just be careful of this M pattern here. Double top, 21.50 needs to get over 22. So 21.50 is a key level. It needs to get over 22 because that's the double top. Nice, typically bearish and selling off. Breaking highs now with AMC. Cents. Ravana, not really doing much. It's $15. Testing $15, $14.89 at the moment. Ravana. Looking for 670 here. $68 is the high of day. If we can get to 670. Next level on the level 2 after 66 is 70, so Ah, yeah. Finger of fudge. Typical. Oh well, we go again. Didn't have a stop in place. There's a value to using stop losses, guys, and that's it. 15 cents that we were looking for there. Apple is looking strong as it happens, so let's have a look at Apple. Let's see. What can we do with Apple? Order bounce on Baba. Nice. Look for 156. Basically, I took half my buying power on Apple. All the way back. Up to buy the dip. It is. It's testing new highs is the SPY. Looking for 156 on Apple. Moving, looking to test new highs again is the S&P 500. Over 156. We get 156.20. It's 157. Half off. Brings our deficit to 56 bucks. Apple green on the day after such terrible earnings as well. Let's take that off. Go back green on the day, and that's how it's done. Racking up the commissions though, that's the problem with that. And you can't really make big money on. The thing is, with small account, you can trade the large caps like this, and it's fairly safe when you're trading with the trend. But you're not going to make huge gains. That's it's just slow and steady. You can make 4 or 5% easily, but you're not going to make huge gains at all. Thanks for that, Edison. As long as the S&P 500 is continuing to move up, then Apple should continue to move up. Question is, can we get 157 on this? Needs to hold 156 first. We're just this is Apple. Had earnings yesterday. weren't great earnings results. Didn't go very well for them. Basically very small small gains that we're looking for, base hits each time. See if we can't get that $100. If we get 157, that would be nice. We'll get $200 here. $100 maybe. 157 is perfect. High of day right now, 156.77. So we're looking for 157. We're looking for it to break new highs. So we're struggling up there now. On 56.50s, 156.40s on the ask. Getting the S&P 500 pulling back a little bit, so we're getting the Apple pulling back a little bit. Okay, here we go. Should move back up. So the S&P 500, the market is moving, the Apple is following. It's not the other way around. So we're going to pull back in a second because the market's pulled back again. So the market's, the SPY is leading. Apple is following the SPY right now. Going to get it out there because I just saw a big drop on the SPY. Question, is it going to follow? Yeah, SPY breaking lows. Got a candle breaking lows. So there you go. This now it's following. Okay. So with these larger cap stocks, you want to always keep an eye on the wider market. They might not have the swings in the same way, but the direction tends to be the same. It tends to be very similar. So let's have a look at what else is moving. Vino didn't do much. What did AMC end up doing? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, upward me to start off with. Need to see AMC over 660. Not getting the volatility though. That's the problem. Are you going to get? You look at that chart. Are you going to get? If you get in there, are you going to get 10 cents? You maybe. How long are you going to wait for it? But the average true range is less than 6 cents. You're probably up and down. You might not get 10 cents. So you've got to be conscious of that as well. ZVSA. Yeah, no, the volumes, it's just spiked up, but Diversa Therapeutics. I remember we traded this end of last month, I think it was, when it spiked up, went up to $20, $24, whatever. MGAM, not be trading this, but Mobile Global Esports. This is just sideways shop at the moment. It's a choppy day actually, guys. There's a lot of sideways movement. The markets are in general, the markets are moving up. So I mean, I want to look at something like Shopify, or it's got now green on the day. So Shopify tends to move with the market. So if you watch that pattern. So that's the 1 minute chart for Shopify. With this move up, pull back, move up, pull back. Here's the SPY. There's the move up, pull back, move up, pull back. So very similar pattern, very similar movement. Shopify and the SPY kind of sharing direction. I mean, if I look at Apple again, where we got out, yeah, so we got out here, and as you see, it pulled all the way back to 156, and the SPY did bounce a little bit. So if that continues to move up, Apple might move up again. So Rivian now on the down. There it is. Take, what have I got? Nearly 50. Nearly 50k. So is this going to move 10 cents? This has probably got a higher likelihood of moving 10 cents than AMC would. We're just testing that red green line as a support level. Not really something I'm kind of apple breaking high, so I missed that little breakout, but hey, happens. Nice little breakout, but the SPY did it, so don't get FOMO. Nivelis. Not got the volume or the follow through. I'm glad I've actually decided just to trade the small account today. If I'm being completely honest, probably would have got faked out a few times on the main account. Well, let's see what happens. RSLS just kind of consolidated sideways, as is HSCS. Zeno sideways since it sold off. Havana sideways on that kind of red-green VWAP level. Looks like the main protagonists are the ones that are moving up. Is the large caps. So the SPY is likely to go green on the day. Like I called it 2 hours ago. Said that we're likely to rally after the bell. SPY 416.75. That's the green line. Snapchat. Let's see. We're at the $250. Yeah, we're not a huge volatility in this 4 cents. Probably not the level that you're looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. I was trying to go back over the VWAP here, projecting at 250, so not ideal. JWN. Yeah, still nothing. It's strange old days today. Genius Group, very sideways, choppy. Sit on your hands type day, guys. Wait for something to really present itself. Let's have a quick look at the Bitcoin. Right, okay. Just having a quick look at the crypto space, the crypto world. Bitcoin 23,689. So it's back over 23.5, but rallying. So maybe some of these crypto mining stocks might be having a moment. Let's have a look at Marathon Digital. Okay, yeah. You can always rely on good old Mara. Yeah, we're not. Are you going to get 10 cents? Probably not. So still looking for something that's going to give us that. Ideally, give us 10 cents. You can, if you're expecting a move, you can expect at least 10 cents. That's really what I'm looking for. 5 cents you'll take, but you're looking for something that's going to give us 10 cents. Yes, and PSNL again. I'll take another look at that. Yeah, it's moderate volume, like you say. So Personalis, this did move up to 450s pre-market. The break's $4, it could be good. Just over 80 equity, so 2,000. Just want to find something that's going to give us that nice move. Let's have a look at some of the Chinese stocks. They're down and not really looking that strong. Yeah. Ish. Amazon. What about AMD? AMD, not quite green on the day. But Amazon, whoever I told to take some profits when the market opens, I hope you did. They had Amazon puts. So like I say, nobody goes broke taking profits. Well, I think, what are you guys seeing? Is there anything that you guys are seeing at the moment? Am I missing anything here? I'm going to take a quick bathroom break and I'll be back in a second. Rana, check the links in the description to the video, and you can find it there. Coinbase. Actually, double catalyst for Coinbase. Let's see. You've got the markets rallying and you've got strong Bitcoin. Let's take a position for the break of 85. I didn't really want that. No leverage. That's not good. No leverage. That's a bit of a mistake. I should have checked that before I got in. Should all be listed there, Anna. You've got a monthly plan, you've got a quarterly, you've got an annual plan. You get access to the entire course, you get access to the private Discord, you get access to the mentorship as well. I'm just gonna Get out there for a scratch trade, I think. Didn't really want to take that trade. I should have checked that. I'm sure we used to be able to get leverage on Coinbase. That's a bit crap. And Nerdy. Why is Nerdy just popped up? Had no volume at all, and it's all just coming in. So what's the catalyst? What's driving this? Halted to the upside. Gapped up huge amounts. No, what's it doing? Nerdy announced a new AI-enabled products including AI-generated lesson plan creator and AI-enabled chat tutoring. Okay. That could be of interest. You click the link and you scroll through. You've got the full syllabus there. You've got everything you need there, Anna. You scroll down. You've got the full syllabus. New AI enabled. I think everybody's. This is going to be a bit like NFTs from like a couple of years ago, when everybody tried to jump on the NFT bandwagon because it was the new hot topic. Right now, the hot topic is AI. Nerdy top mover, but it's pulling straight back, so probably not something that, and the volume's dying out as well, so I'll keep an eye on that, but probably not something that I will be trading. Have a look at what the market's doing. The market kind of struggling to get green, but it will do. Just be patient, it will get green. Oh, 50 bucks. Simple answer, John, is use the same size account as you would to trade with, and that way it builds up the muscle memory. Absolutely, get familiar with the expected losses and manage accordingly. 100%. Yeah, I wouldn't trade this right away. Give it a good 15 minutes at least. You're always going to, if you jump into an IPO, Daniel, you're likely to get burned, or you could get lucky. You're just gambling if you jump into it straight away. So give it 15 minutes, a couple of halts, whatever. Every IPO has an influx of volume with that first opening candle. And what you want to see is some kind of price action beyond that. And if you get the price action that sustains, you get volume that sustains, and it shows that there's genuine market interest in the IPO, then you can look for an entry, and once it starts exhibiting a trend. You don't want to be trading against the trend with an IPO. You want it to start exhibiting a trend. So if it starts looking like it's moving up, you want a few candles that's sustained upwards momentum. If it's choppy, leave it alone, let it calm down. But if it's got sustained volume, that's when you want to look at trading it. Otherwise, don't touch it. Just watch it if you want to, but don't touch it. It's too risky. It's gambling otherwise. That's my opinion. It's not financial advice, just my opinion. Shopify pulling back. If you're practicing, then practicing's fine, John. But get used to spotting when you're green. What you want to be doing, if you're just practicing in your simulator account, you can practice all day long, and that's fine. You will get fatigue, and what you'll find is you get green and then you'll give it back. But that's okay, because what you're then able to do is analyze those trades where you've given it back, and realize and look at where your entries were, what your stop loss was, where your exit was, and just analyze it to help you improve on your trading, and make, get lessons off the losses that you take. That's what the simulator's there for. Trading strategies, trading and just practice. Absolutely, across the board. Put that in the wrong. I put that in the wrong one there. I wanted to put that in that field. Not very clever of me. Big bear. On this over $5 will be nice. If it breaks $5, I'll be interested. Very close. Big bear starting to make a move up now. Has it getting a few of these AI stocks in a general sector strength? So you can see that they'll move up. But when they've got an additional catalyst besides, BBAA ain't one of those. So this is moving up on general sector strength, it looks like. 20 million flow. Well, 19 million. No worries, Phil. I hope you're green. I hope you're finishing green going into the weekend. I'm green at the moment, just. So AMD breaking highs as the market's pulling back. So AMD deviating from the market. Well, that's it. You get green, stay green, Phil. If you get to goal, get out. Don't know if you're at goal or not, but get green, stay green. I was right to choose a day to go small today. What else is moving? Vino selling off. Big Bear pulling back for 480s. Looking at scanners. Not a lot of movement at all. It's one of those days, it's just going to be one of those days where something's going to pop up and it's going to make a move. So once it makes a move, if you see it, great. If you don't worry about it. It only takes one stock. Just remember that. It just takes that one stock to make a move. Vitae, BuzzFeed, a lot of these lower price stocks, they're just moving small amounts. So trying to get a good, what you want to be getting, as I say, you want to be getting that 15-20 cents each day, decent sized share position, and you can make the handsome living just doing that. That's pulling back now. Strike down, strike down. Soundhound making spikes up. Big move up. Oh, can we get 290? No, flush down. Didn't want that. A lovely flat top formation there. It faked me out. Let's see. Will we get a bounce here, or will we continue to sell? A lovely flat top, and it broke out. Faked me out. And it can do like, it'd be like that sometimes. You saw how quick that happened. Do we get the bounce, or does it sell off? I'll just put stop at 160, 265. Let's see if this moves back up again. I've not had a red day on the small account challenge as yet. So let's see if we can't stay green on this. That's more than I wanted to risk, but I wasn't quick enough to get a stop in place when I took the position. And sometimes you can set your keys and your hot keys or hot buttons so that they'll automatically trigger a stop loss. So you place the order and it'll place once the order's in, it'll place a stop loss and put up a stop loss in place. You can do that if you want to. and that will give you strong discipline around risk management to start off with. If you don't have that already, do that, script that. So I'm giving this a little bit of wiggle room to get back up there. Just as you go maximum size, typical. Not quite max size, but not far off. A good product. I don't know much about them, Daryl. What do they do? Oh, we're over time. I'll just let this play out. Let's see what happens. Looks like it probably gets stopped out, but we'll see. Let this play out. This is likely to be my last trade of the day. I've got to take the dog for a walk, and I've got a couple of calls I'm on later. All right, okay. You sure that's not Shazam? That's Soundhound. I thought that was Shazam. You mixing the two, or is it a competitor to Shazam? Okay. Patience. We either lose or we gain. And we get $3 on this. Our competitor to Shazam. I like Shazam. I use Shazam. I'll have to check out Soundhound, see which one I prefer. Just broke highs of day, but we weren't up there, so I want to see it up at 290. This contest $3 will be home and host. Let's see if it pulls all the way back. And we get out. Leave that stop there. It's more than I really want to risk, but it's pulling all the way back, so I guess it's going to get stopped out here, it looks like. It's quite kind of volatile. We're getting 9 cents on the average true range here. And hold that $0.75 level, which is key psychological level. Quarter, half, and whole dollars, very psychological in trading. At these within these low price, low float stocks. I want to see that we got the reason I got in was that flat top breaker, and of course the increase in volume. But let's see, 7 cents off the ask, on the ask, 6 cents. Steady climb's fine. Just don't want it to flush down again. Bitten once. Once bitten, twice shy, as they say. Okay, so we're approaching the green line. We're a penny off on the bid. Here we go. Nice to see this at $3. I want to see testing $2.90. Well, we've got an hour yet, Ed. You're scheduled for an hour yet. Don't worry. Finish this trade, walk the dog. I'll be back in time for that. Don't worry. Yeah, if you like a company and you want to invest in it long term, and that's fine. It's a long term swing. Fine, go for it. But I'm intraday. I'm looking for what's moving today. What's volatile today. No problem. I'll come back later, don't worry. Yeah, another IPO just started. Like I said, be careful with the IPOs. Moving this to the bottom of that last swing low. So oh goodness, the dog is loud. Okay, it doesn't look like this is breaking out as quickly as I would like it to, but I will do a trade recap video where you can see where this finished a little bit later. I'm going to end the stream now. This dog needs to get walked, and I need to get ready for a couple of calls. So, any news on Soundhound? I can take a look. Give me a moment while Benzinga loads up. Soundhound, unusual option activity. There's no catalyst as such, but there's some unusual options activity. Beginning to Friday, some people might take that as a signal to buy. So I'm not seeing anything specific. There is what was the low? There's a 4 million short on it. Not seeing any. 197 million shares outstanding. 4 million short. So no, I'm not seeing any catalyst as such for Soundhound. But we're all I'm going to end. This is going to get stopped out. So we got stopped out. You got to see the end of that trade, and we're finished today 376 down, which is you know, a big win is usually followed by a red day. That tends to be the case. So the big winners followed by we had a really big day on the small account yesterday. So we're followed by a moderate loser today. We have 8,000, well, just shy of 8,200 in the account. And we've lost 30, so we're not quite 5% lost today. So that happens. Okay, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to have the weekend. You guys enjoy your weekend. I'm back at it on Monday, an hour before the market opens, and we'll do it again. I'll see you then. Take it easy, guys. All the best.